Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. Chosen ones, empaths, these narcissists are delusional that are involved in your life. Their own importance, their own self-image of their own importance is off the scale, right? They're delusional. They believe they're so important, right, that you won't survive without them, right? And you're a living proof that you're able to survive without them. But you see, in the days when you were together, they always thought in their heads that, you know, if they were to discard you or reverse discard you, that you wouldn't be able to cope. And you know, you may have gone through your fair share of hardship, struggle and pain from this narcissist that was involved in your life. But where you're at now, you're a living proof that you're okay, you know? I tell you, one of the most disgusting things about the narcissists that were involved in your life, right, is they've got a weird obsession, you know? They often leave you in the worst possible condition so that you resort to perhaps taking your own life. And this is a secret fantasy of theirs. Narcissists that are involved in your life and narcissists around the globe have a secret fantasy about the chosen one or empath taking their own life. Now, this is a very touchy subject, and none of you are going to do that here. But they do have this sick fantasy. And you may say, but that doesn't make sense, because how would, you know, that would cut their supply source. But you've got to know that would give them an infinite amount of supply, right? And then they'll be playing the victim role, saddened, and knowing that they kind of pushed you to it, right? Knowing that they've kind of pushed you to it. And this isn't really discussed in the narcissistic community, but there are many unawakened chosen ones and unawakened educated empaths that have maybe even taken attempts to take their own life because they see their whole world disappear before their eyes with this narcissist that was involved in their life. And they're so sad, they're so depressed. And this is why, if you are feeling any suicidal thoughts, understand that it's coming from a negative place, right? It's not going to achieve anything. You may have people that depend on you. You may have family, you may have friends, you may not. But you know, you've got the community here. There's people out here that do generally care about you. And it's just about you navigating to find those sorts of people in your life to let them be part of it. It's a shame that, on one side, it's a shame that you even affiliated with this narcissist because they put you through such a painful experience. But there's lessons to learn. There's wisdom to extract, right? And I want you to be the living proof, right, that you can function in this world without them, right? You're born in this world alone, and it's most likely that you'll depart from this world alone, right? So you don't need no one to make you feel worthy in this world. You don't need to depend on no one, and you certainly don't need to depend on the narcissist that was involved in your life, right? Well, especially, you know, you might depend on your family or your friends, and that's okay, but you certainly don't need to depend on this narcissist that was involved in your life. They're sick, they're twisted, and they do have these sick fantasies. You see, their own self-importance and their own image of themselves leads them to have those thoughts to do with suicide, thinking that you won't make it, because they saw you as such a kind, loving, caring soul. So they believe that, you know, if they discard you in the worst possible way, you're not going to be able to function. But, you know, if you just get through the hard days, get through the tough times, for those of you who are fresh out of your journey, right, life will open up to brighter days. You know, you will achieve things. You know, you'll start to set goals and aims and pursuits. You know, you may even find your purpose and your meaning along the course of the journey, right? And you'll realize that you can survive without them. You don't need this parasite in your life. You don't need them whatsoever, right? And that's a crushing blow to the narcissist that was involved in your life, you know? When they witness you, because they do keep watch, let's face it, a lot of you are on social media, a lot of you have connections with affiliates that are to do with them, and they do keep watch or hear through the grapevine about where you're at in your journey, right? And yeah, they might have seen you in a bad place at one point, they might have seen you hurt, right? Some of them are even stalking you in person, right? They might have seen you hurt, might have seen you in pain. But, you know, you'll get through that. And it's testimonies from the survivors in the comment section. You only have to read a few of those to see that they've been where you're at. For those of you that are fresh out, and you will get through the hardship. You will get through the pain, right? You know? But these narcissists are delusional, you know? They really thought that you wouldn't be able to make it through without them. And you're a living proof that you can live without them. You don't need to depend on them. You don't need them to feel sufficed. You don't need them to feel okay in the world, right? You don't need them whatsoever. They're parasites. They're dusty weirdos. They're disgusting, despicable creatures, these narcissists that are involved in your life, and narcissists around the globe. They're really ill, right? They're really sick. They're really ill, right? So just know that take it in your stride what's happened, right? The experience you endured, take it in your stride and be the living proof that you can survive without them. Because it's the ultimate crushing blow. Because they're delusional, right? You know, they would have been 100% sure that you won't be able to survive without them. You know, they would have put their house on it, you know, that you wouldn't be able to survive without them. All right? They would have sworn by it. Because that's how they misinterpret your care and your love. They misinterpret your care, your kindness, your love, your empathy, as if you're this codependent that can't survive without them. And yes, some of you may say you had codependent tendencies, but guess what? They have codependent tendencies as well. And they become accustomed to the way you treated them. So they're running into their hardships out there in the world when they're trying to interact with new supplies. They're trying to tame new supplies. They're running into trouble because they're so used to the care and love and empath. So they run into their hardships as well, right? They become codependent upon your supply source. And you've heard me mention that many times before, but this is what occurs with the narcissists that are involved in your life, right? But they're delusional. They really thought you wouldn't make it through. So continue on your journey. You've got brighter days ahead for those of you that are fresh out, you know. You've got brighter days ahead. And they're delusional. They really thought you wouldn't make it, and you're going to be a living proof that you can make it, and you don't need to rely on them for anything at all. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. If you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got a secondary channel, a spiritual channel. Enhance your experience by becoming a supporting member. Gain access to unseen videos and video requests. 3-day free trial by visiting zionmembership.com. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.